Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Magide Imo TV. First are the major headlines for the world news this hour. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rebidanowa. Soludo replies Okonjo Iweala accuses of forging national economic statistics. Coroners summons punch over Ikoyi building collapse. Sylvester Oromoni, Ijaw women seek justice for slain Dowen college students. COVID Omicron variant, ban of African countries unfair, discriminatory, additional. Gambia decide 2021, Adama Barrow wins Gambia presidential election. And to foreign, 14-year-old Mexican girl jailed for escaping arranged wedding ceremony. And to sports, don't sack Raw now, or Para tells NFF. The news and details. A former central bank governor, Charles Soludo, has reacted to the criticism of his earlier article by the Minister of Finance, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, former. In a lengthy, over 6,000 words article, Mr. Soludo on Sunday rejected claims by Mrs. Okonjo-Iweala that he performed poorly as governor of the central bank. He said his performance as CBN governor was unprecedented, locally as well as globally acknowledged. In Nigeria's history, no governor of the central bank has delivered 24 consecutive months of single-digit inflation, as I did until the advent of the unprecedented global crisis in 2008, he said. Mr. Soludo then challenged Chiamo by Mrs. Okonjo-Iweala, who is also the coordinating minister of the economy, that the Nigerian economy is doing well. He accused Mrs. Okonjo-Iweala of running the country's economy aground. The Lagos state government has begun a coroner's inquest into the death of the victims of the Ikoyi building collapse. The former and coroner also summoned Punch newspaper to appear before the courts. Punch Metro had reported that a 21-story building at Gerard Road, Ikoyi, owned by a developer and managing director of Foursquare Heights Limited, Femi Oshibono, crumbled on November 1st, trapping him, his personal assistant, Onyinye Enekwe, his US-based friend, Wale Bob Oseni, a core member, and many other working at the sites. 46 persons were later recovered dead from the rubble, which 15 persons were rescued alive. The Punch newspaper was summoned to testify on the building collapse. Ijaw Women Connects, a social-cultural group on Monday in Yenagwa, bemoaned the gruesome killing of a 12-year-old student of Dowen College, Lagos, Sylvester Oromoni Jr. This is found in a statement released by its president, Mrs. Rosemary John Dowen, and spokesperson, Mrs. Izuogore Iwolo. It noted that Oromoni Jr. died as a result of injuries sustained after being bullied and battered mercilessly and given an unknown substance to drink by 5 senior students of the college. It urged security agencies to wade into the issue promptly and bring the perpetrators to book. Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, the president of African Development Bank, AFDB, says the travel ban on some African countries over Omicron, the new COVID-19 variant, is very unfair, non-scientific, and discriminatory. Adesina said this through his verified Twitter handle at Akin Adesina, urged the Western countries to lift the travel ban on the African countries. He queried why the travel ban was not placed on non-African countries where Omicron had also been found. He included that global vaccines and travel appetite against Africa are endangering lives, hurting economies, lives, jobs, and livelihoods from a pandemic Africa did not cause. Adesina said, end the appetite, respect Africa. You're watching the world news from BGI TV. Still to come, incumbent president of the Gambia, Adama Barrow, has won the country's presidential election held on Saturday, December 4. Mr. Barrow, who contested the election under the flagship of the National People's Party, NPP, polled 457,519 votes to defeat His closest rival was Soludo of the United Democratic Party, UDP. Mr. Dabo garnered 238,253 votes, having received 457,501 votes in the election. I hereby declare Adama Barrow duly elected to serve as President of the Gambia. Independent Electoral Commission IEC Chairman Aliu Moma Ijaw said. In 2016, as an independent candidate, a relatively unknown Mr. Barrow contested and won the presidential election, defeating long-term dictator Yahya Jammeh. In the result announced on Sunday, Mr. Barrow came victorious in 47 of the 53 constituencies in the country. Mr. Barrow, who defeated dictator Yahya Jammeh in 2016 to become the country's third president, will now govern for the next 5 years. And on foreign, a 14-year-old girl was jailed last week after running away to escape the wedding ceremony for which she had been purchased. The girl, who has been identified in the local press only as Anayeli, and was supposed to marry a neighbor in Mexico's Guerrero state whose family had offered a sum of 200,000 pesos to buy her hand in marriage. Anayeli's mother had accepted the payment, and the neighboring family had slaughtered a cow and prepared a marriage feast to take place last Monday. All told, the would-be groom's parents spent around 57,000 Europeans on wedding prep. But Anayeli, who is a member of the indigenous Mixtec people, wasn't having any of it. Early on the morning of the big day, she escaped from her family's house in the village of Joya Real in southwestern Mexico and took shelter in the nearby home of her 15-year-old friend, Alfredo. She thought it was her older sister who was going to be married. She never thought it would be her because she was a minor, said Abel Barrera, director of the Guerrero-based Telecom Human Rights Center, in an interview with the Daily Beasts. And finally, sports. Ex-international Godwin Opara has urged the Nigeria Football Federation to desist from sacking Super Eagles head coach Jadot Rohr with just 3 months to the final play-off of the 2020 Qatar World Cup qualifier. Opara is the second ex-international after Victor Igbeba to kick against the sacking of the Franco-German with just 34 days to the 2021 African Cup of Nations, insisting the move will be a disaster. Rohr once again came under heavy criticism following the Eagles' underwhelming performance in their 1-1 draw with Cape Verde at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in November. Speaking in an interview, the former defender said, "Now was not the time to sack Rohr. They should not bring confusion into the team." That was the world news from BGI TV. But before we go, a quick retake of the headlines once again. Soludo replies Okonjo Iweala accuses her of forging national economic statistics. Corona summons punch over the Ikoyi building collapse. Sylvester Oromoni, Ijaw women seek justice for slain Dowen college students. COVID Omicron variants ban on African countries unfair, discriminatory additional. Gambia decide 2021. Adama Barrow wins Gambia presidential election. And to foreign, we brought to you a 14-year-old girl Mexican jailed for escaping arranged wedding ceremony. And finally, sports. Don't sack Rohr now, Opara tells NFF. You can link up with us on our major social media handles such as YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. On YouTube, Baba Gide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe. Click on the notification bell for updates of our broadcast as well. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for updates of our broadcast. And on Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placement of your goods and services and products, coverage of functions and events as well. The phone number to call 070-3822-6160. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you for always being there. I am yours faithfully, Morire Regina Lawal.